get saved or you're going to hell. Fire, brimstone, preaching the perspective that's brought. The truth of the matter, we look at it as punitive. We look at it as God's going to exact punishment on people. If you do bad things, then bad things will happen to you. That's one way of, that's one presentation and one way that's been understood, and I could do an entire series on how we come about that. But the bottom line is that what Christ teaches is that if you choose to, there's going to come a kingdom. Kingdom's coming. I'm here to establish a kingdom. There are going to be people that are in the kingdom, and there are people that aren't going to be in the kingdom. And everybody that's in the kingdom will be, they're going to be a part of what I'm doing. And we'll be in relationship, we'll be in fellowship, and everybody who chooses not to won't be a part of that. So there is an interpretation, I'll say there's an interpretation of the final judgment where being in hell is just being eternally separated from God. That's one interpretation. There's a lot of different questions about what hell will actually look like. Is it going to be a literal lake of fire? Is it going to be this? What's it going to be like? But one of the, and probably the most practical, I won't say the most practical, but the most reasonable and the easiest to understand is that there's going to come a time where there's the kingdom and there's everybody else. And everybody else who chooses to not to be a part of that kingdom will be separated because God respects our choice. And so if we, I think, and I read this or included in this in one of the lessons that we talked about. If God is going to respect free will, if God is going to give us a choice about who we want to be and whether or not we want to have a relationship with him, at some point in time that respecting that choice means that I'm going to respect your choice for all eternity. If you choose, and we're going to talk in a minute about what being part of the kingdom, or what that entire vernacular is referencing. But having said that, you will not see in the teachings of Christ, when he's teaching people, or in the teachings of apostles, where he gives a hellfire and brimstone sermon to get saved or else you're going to hell. That's not the approach he takes. Eternal consequence is something that is presented to Christians after they've already converted, so that way they understand what they've saved themselves from and what they're avoiding. But his approach is to say that I love you, I want you to be a part of this, there's an easier life than what you've experienced, you matter to God. Those are the things that you'll see him teach and him preach within the things that he's taught.